The blinds are up now to 50,000 and 100,000 with the 10,000 ante, giving the second shortest stack, Connor Drinan, around 23 big blinds. He has ace-8 offsuit on the button, and he raises it to 210,000.
210.
Now over to Peters, the actual shortest stack with 20 big blinds, and a dominated 8 in the big blind.
Peters is probably going to take a flop here. He's getting a very good price.
He does call. Nine, 6, 5 rainbow, and Drinan and Peters both have a gut shot draw to the 7, although ace high is still ahead.
Check.
Peters checks and Drinan checks behind. 7 on the turn. Now both players have the 9 high straight.
Peters is going to lead into this.
230.
He makes it 230,000.
And for Connor, you want to just call. Even when you have the best hand, you want to keep your opponent in. Oftentimes they can have a bluff that just can't improve to beat you.
Well, he does just call. The 6 on the river pairs the board. That doesn't worry Peters, though, from the look of it. He fires again, betting 425,000.
And Connor certainly won't be folding to this size.
If you're Drinan, what are you thinking about here?
All in.
That's what you're thinking about. Drinan raises all in.
This is a really cool play by Connor. And I have to imagine he's doing this because he thinks that Peters has an 8 a decent amount of the time when he plays his hand like this, and he almost never has a full house. So Connor's going all in as a free roll. On the one hand, if he gets Peters to fold his 8, then he wins the whole pot. On the other hand, when he gets called, he knows he's getting half the pot anyways. But you have to be very sure that your opponent doesn't have a full house very often for you to run this sort of bluff.
He's put him to such a big decision. You can see Peters there with the time clock ticking down. And he's going to owe the dealer one of his time cards at the end of this hand. She's not going to interrupt his tank to ask him for it now, of course.
And for Peters, this is just disgusting. He knows if Connor's going to run a bluff here, he's going to have at least an 8 in his hand. And he can potentially have full houses, so he's never calling and just winning the whole pot. He's only calling to win half the pot whenever he calls here. And that's not a very good price you're getting laid. And now, if he's wrong, he'd be out of the tournament as well.
Time is ticking down again. And that's another time card he's going to owe to the dealer.
And I don't blame him. This might be the most important decision he's had to make the entire tournament.
Drinan giving nothing away there.
I'm
not saying it was a bluff.
This is the mandatory
But
one.
if it was, let's see the 6-10 of hearts.
Honestly, this is the mandatory.
6-10 of hearts. Oh, ace of hearts, yes.
Ouch.
Oh, ace-6 of hearts.
And 2 of the things.
Could also have been ace-8. A good bluff, get him off the chop. But ace-6 would be sexier.